Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Josh Chris podcast. Today, I'm here with another guest, Peter, and he's going to be talking about, or we are going to be talking about his journey and learning about lots of beautiful things. I'm curious about, how you got your job and the processes involved and stuff like that. And even beyond that, we'll talk about lots of technical, related topics and stuff like that. It's going to be an exciting one. All right, he's a software engineer. Chino War. I think you'd be in a better position to introduce yourself, right? You're going to say a lot more than I've said so far. So, yeah, do you want to walk us through? Oh, first off, just introduce yourself and say hello to the people.
Yeah, hello everyone. Just like my name is Peter Ayeni. Just like I said, I'm a senior software engineer at an organization called Natas here. So we are a security company, and then we help enterprise organization, to stop bad bots. So when a lot of people are sleeping, basically we are help making the internet safe. Yeah, and really proud to be part of that team that's doing that.
It's awesome. Okay. So let's talk about your journey, as a software engineer. Let's learn about, some key milestones that actually shaped your career and, you know, you could just go over your journey in general. Also talk about challenges and stuff like that. How did you get to where you are today? Can we explore that?
Yeah, thank you. So, my journey to tech is actually like a very interesting one. It's like
Oh
a
yeah.
roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, because I think in the beginning I never thought I'll be like a tech guy or being tech, because I actually want to study medicine.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was what I wanted, because it's just this inclination. When you're a brilliant kid and you just look at what are the options that you have. So doctor is something that everybody I want my son to be.
Oh yeah.
Above that cliche, I actually wanted to be a doctor. My mom left to my mom, she would have been happy I'm a pastor or something.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I think the first time I came across a computer I was in the year three, long time ago. In this small private school in Ogun State. And this day, our headmaster is this, because I grew up in a village.
Okay.
It's just like a little other town between Nigeria and Benin Republic.
Oh.
So yeah, so it's a border town.
All right.
The interesting thing about it then, when I was growing up, is that the economy there is really, really vibrant.
Oh,
So
what's the name of the place?
so it's called Idiroko.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's in Ogun State. So there are two borders, but this was like a major border to the Republic, right? And also there's another one that is called this Badagry semi border.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I grew up in the Ogun State part of it. So it's a
Cool.
very vibrant economy. We spend both Naira and CFA,
Oh.
both French and English. So
Do you speak French?
I don't, but some of my siblings don't.
Oh, awesome.
Language. It's really sad.
What's your background originally? What do you say, Nigerian or?
Yeah, Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Nigeria. So living in this kind of environment, because there's a lot of opportunity there. So
Yeah.
the school, our headmaster actually, he studied outside of Lagos. So
Oh yeah.
he had this amazing idea to just bring something interesting to the school. And one day he just announced there's going to be a computer in the school. So
Yeah.
and every one of us have to like do some extra fee if you want to see the computer. Right. Like that was the first time in my life ever I will ever see like a computer system. And I can't remember, I think if I can look at the interface really well, but it looks like this MS DOS kind of interface, the early Microsoft.
Yeah.
And the thing is just like in the middle, like all of the keys were just like rounded. And,
That's right.
don't touch it. Like you don't, like
Yeah.
it's God. and all of us are just like staring at it. So
Yeah.
that was my first initial interaction with the computer. And then, they teach us this song I can't forget ever. This like almost, I don't know, maybe 30 something years now. And they said they were trying to teach us about computer, and they said CPU, computer head, the mouse, computer tail, and keyboard, computer. I'm like, that way they introduce all the computer parts to us.
Oh
And
yeah.
we, as the child, we just like sing it and just like jump. So, but with all of those excitement, actually, I never thought they would be my career.
Oh yeah. I see.
So, yeah, I still was like, I'm going to study medicine. But somehow, when I was in high school, I have an experience where we had to take a classmate to the emergency. So when we got there,
Yeah.
this guy that had severe burns. The burns was actually from head to toe, and that was the first time that I would be up close to an hospital environment in that magnitude, and I was just so scared. Like when we got to the hospital and we saw the guy, like for myself and the colleague we brought to the hospital, we all just walked back the door. Because it was a really, really gory sight to see. And since then, I just have this cold water for studying medicine. Like, I don't want to like see this kind of stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah. I see.
long story short, that was
Okay.
my passion for like studying medicine just like stopped.
Right.
I felt like I don't want to be working in that kind of situation
Yeah.
and stuff. And then I just thought, well, what else can I do? And I'm very good at physics, mathematics, and stuff. So I thought I could do engineering. So, but I'm not sure what kind of engineering. Maybe electronics and stuff like that. So, But when I finished my junior high school, in Nigeria, there's this entry exam you do for university.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. I will just wait a year for me to have my WAEC results, and then I could do that exam. So during that period of waiting, I got an opportunity to meet a man who had a workshop in Ilorin, Kwara State at the time. And this guy is just a nerdy person. He do electronics, he do electrical engineering. He's actually an electronics engineer, but he was just like this techie, creating interesting stuff. So, and I got to meet him by chance, and I was just like drawn to him. I don't know, maybe just the residual electronics creating craft things that I've always had. I was just fascinated with what he's creating. Like, can I work with him? So I started working with him. Like, it's not kind of like apprenticeship and stuff like that. So I started working with Circuit Wizard. I was building electronic stuff, etching. And also, that was the first time. The second time I started to learn about computer. And I just love it. The love just came, and that was how my journey into tech actually started. And 5 years after, I didn't go back to school anyway. I was just doing techie stuff. And within that period, I started my own company, a small tech company, basically building software, websites, designs for businesses and stuff. And that was how my journey into tech started.
Awesome. Awesome. So I mean, you've been a software engineer for how long?
So I would say for most of the beginning of my journey, because when I started tech in Nigeria, there wasn't like a lot of opportunity for software engineers. So in the beginning, it was more like off-the-shelf softwares that are being used everywhere. So there wasn't like opportunity for people to write real code to do stuff. So, but then there were like enterprise packages that you could use to build software. Like, and most of the software we built at the time are basically web application, which is not really like super popular too, but some organizations are doing it. So I do use Dreamweaver,
Oh yeah.
Fire, yeah, those softwares before Adobe actually bought Macromedia. So Macromedia packages are what a lot of organizations were using to build websites. So I was using Macromedia Flash, writing action scripts. Also, I did some access database at the time to just build like a
Oh.
database for small businesses and stuff like that. But at the time, I've not like have like opportunity to be able to work with organizations that
Yeah.
actually are building enterprise software and stuff like that. So the limitations were there, but then I didn't allow that to deter me. So I was just still doing every other thing I could do, web, Flash animations. So using Dreamweaver, Macromedia Dreamweaver to build websites,
Mhm.
and JavaScript was still at the very early days. So you are not really using it to do a lot, but you could actually use it to like inject script animations into your website and stuff like that. So yeah, so those were the early days. So I'll call those like the first phase of my tech career. So
Okay.
when opportunity was actually limited, but at least you are using the tools that you have to be able to do what you could do. So the second phase of my tech journey was actually when I moved abroad. That was like
Yeah, yeah. Tell us about that part.
yeah,
So you did say that you currently work with which company again? What's the name?
Netasia.
Oh, where is it at? In the
So
UK.
Netasia, yeah, is in the UK.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Tell us about, because I did see a post on LinkedIn, one of your posts where you talked about how you go your tech job as an African immigrant. Do you want to share, thoughts on that?
yeah, definitely. So
Okay.
that was what I was calling the second part of my journey
All right.
into tech. Because moving to the UK, I've always been like not the UK, like moving abroad. I've always been something I've always desired. So because I just felt like I have so much to offer that I'm not like given the opportunities to be able to do it more in Nigeria at the time. So even though before I moved abroad, I do have like a tech startup called Ibele that I built in Nigeria that was not doing really bad. The idea was amazing, but it just that it was just too early for the time in which I was building it. And also the target audience we had at the time doesn't have the resources to be able to access the solutions that we were offering. So because of that, I have to like shut down the company and then I moved to the UK. So moving to the UK actually gave me the opportunity to be able to explore engineering at its core. And I think it will be important for the benefit of those listening to put the context to it that when I was in Nigeria, I there are some certain limitations that you have as a software engineer, especially number one, if you don't have a degree, you have not done your NYSC and stuff like that. So even though you could be hired in an organization, but it's difficult for you to grow in the ladder. So, like for instance, like I have my degree, I have my international diploma in computing and degree, but I did not serve. I didn't do NYSC.
Okay.
So, for a lot of organizations in Nigeria, for you to be, you have to do NYSC, like the national requirement.
Oh yeah.
So my first job in Nigeria that I got, I was put on a level that was really, really low. You understand? Compared to my colleagues who have gone to degree and have NYSC and stuff like that. So all of those opportunities like that, even though you're like really, really good,
Yeah.
you know, they still, yeah, they just know, yeah, you're good, you know what you're doing, it's fine, but they don't put you on this scale that actually makes your skill level.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, and that was the limitation I had. I had now that things are changing. Gradually, I'm with new startup now. They are getting more competitive and don't care about your degree anymore. I say,
Oh
which I
yeah.
think, uh, which I think is great. But for me at the time, it was really, really difficult. And also, a lot of organizations that can actually pay people of my level of my skills, like maybe MTN and big organizations, just require those things because government want them to have it. So moving to the UK gave me that opportunity, this freedom
Okay.
to be able to explore. There is no limitation to how much I can grow. So, but also that also comes with another challenge of its own. Moving to the UK, just like I said, it's a different scenario entirely. So what I always like to share to people is that every environment you have its own pros and cons.
Yeah.
So you just have to decide which one is we like. There's a trade off for everything.
Yeah.
So even though like moving to abroad, that been something I've a little bit prepared for, and I thought I have like enough skill set to help me, move and then break into the UK tech ecosystem quickly. But I was actually a little bit, maybe under underestimated how long it's going to take me. So, but I think the first part is I started applying for roles, and I wasn't getting any call back or anything. So it got to a point I just started applying for everything, like whichever role comes, software engineer, developer, design, UI, UX, even web design. Even at some point, like data entry, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like, when you're just like trying to get just one person response to your email, like, okay, yeah,
Oh
we see
yeah.
you, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think after some time, yeah, I broke the deadlock. I was started getting emails, response and phone calls. So, which is actually like encouraging. And then after the phone call, it's like, how many experience do you have you worked in the UK company before and stuff like that. And then that's how things get to stall. Like, you've not worked in the UK before. Like that UK experience became something. I don't know. It's just like so difficult. Like, so at a point, I got past phone call and I had a one-on-one meeting with an agency in Nottingham. So they basically like a WordPress agency. So they build custom WordPress site. So because I've worked with WordPress a lot,
Hmm.
back in Nigeria also. I've visited
Yeah.
projects, NGOs, churches, also organizations I've worked with. So I have extensive knowledge, and also templating for PHP and stuff. I've written some PHP in the past. I'm like, okay, I could do this.
Okay.
So I have a conversation with the company. I love the environment, the agency. It was really, really cool, and they were like, okay, that's great. They're going to give me like take a home task, something like that. So the
Okay.
company gave me this, I think it's a PSD template that I should just like write it into a working uh, WordPress theme.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I can work on that. So I took that take home task and we'll do that for like I think 2 3 days. So and also because of I was also still doing some kind of like networking and some other stuff. I was traveling because when you're applying for job, you're applying for so many roles and stuff like that. So before the deadline, I was able to like complete like 75% of the thing. And I
Awesome.
think like yeah, this is good enough. And it's like
Yeah.
they said I didn't finish it. So I was
Oh.
just am I supposed to like build everything? So, but I just feel like I just need to demonstrate that
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
But I think what I did wasn't like enough for them, and
Okay.
that was really like heartbreaking. So, and
Oh
then
yeah.
after heartbreaking after heartbreaks, and then
Mhm.
it was just compiling and piling on top of each other, and I just felt so started changing different strategy. I started like trying to attend events, maybe that way works,
Mhm.
like trying to like build communities, and even I started. There's this organization called Amnic that they provide what we call work experience for UK. Uh, just for everyone really. So and because I've had experience of like volunteering when I was in Nigeria before, so like whatever I could do, to
Yeah.
get my step on the job or on the door. So I contacted the organization and applied, and they were like, "Yeah, that's great." They accepted me, so I joined. It was really remote, so they do magazine design, web design, and stuff like that. So I joined the team tech because I have design backgrounds also.
Okay.
So I contributing designs, also some kind of like mentoring, sharing ideas, and also started contributing to their website and other stuff like that. So that gave me some kind of new confidence. Like, yeah, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm not that bad. So, and that work experience also, connect me with new community. You understand? So, which
Okay.
actually helped me boost my confidence a little bit. I started, having conversations with actual people working in the UK. So, and then after that, I
Nice.
also applied for volunteers with British Red Cross.
Okay.
So yeah, so they have this opening for learning development officer, and it's a volunteering team. And actually, I also volunteer also for their mobility team. So like I was just like whatever I could do to be able to put more UK organizations on my CV in a way that I have contributed.
Oh yeah.
So I will help me. So now when I'm talking to employees, employers, or prospects, I can tell them that okay, yeah, I'm doing this work with Amnic Social Enterprise, doing this work for British Red Cross. So I think getting your first role in a new country is more of trust. You understand? So people want to know that you have rope. That's where we say it in Nigeria. Like there is a tail, something that they can pull. Someone
Yeah.
can talk to
Oh yeah.
when things
Yeah.
go on. So organization is all about trust.
Yeah,
So when
absolutely.
you're just new in the country, they're like, where have you been? They don't know you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And stuff like that. So and high tech industry are also sensitive because you are dealing with codes, a lot of security stuff and everything like that.
Absolutely.
So I also understand the perspective and the fair. So I don't want to be like negative, like just a bit, they don't just like me. That's why. I need to have a positive mindset.
Of course.
I need to build that trust.
Yeah.
That I'm reliable. I can do it.
Absolutely.
You have the skills or not. I've mentored a lot of people who are absolutely brilliant and when able to land the role also. And when I share this journey with them and this strategy, and between 1 month and 2 months, both of them land roles in the UK.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
quite a testimonial there.
Yeah, there have been so many, many people who are. I'm just like, it's not just about your skill. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of skilled people in the world. So many. You can't just compete with a lot of people. I'm not like the best software engineer in the world, but the company you want to work for, do they trust you? Do they like you to be able to work with you? Do they perceive you as reliable? You understand? And that is why the network you have, the people you are, your friends are very, very important. So, because people just need to like you to be able to work with you.
That's right.
And then when you are in the country for the first time, it can be really hard because you don't have a network yet. So there are different ways you can go about it. You can try to build a community, try to join communities, try to put reference around yourself, like, okay, you're someone that you can trust.
Yeah.
So, and also at the same time, you have to confront like someone that can be trusted too. So, because I've met like a lot of people, the mistakes we make about techie guys, especially from Nigeria or Africa, or the immigrants, that we want to bamboozle them with our knowledge, with what we think we know. And we don't talk more about why we fit into the organization and culture, which is the most important thing that's going to help you a long time. Like skill can only get you so far, right?
Yeah.
So, but the soft skills, the relationship, the communication,
absolutely,
work with your team, collaborations, all of these skills are super important to be able to allow you to grow within an organization and even contribute more than just coding.
Yeah.
These days we now have ChatGPT and all AI.
Of course.
That can do these things fast. So we want to bring more to the table than just coding skills. So after all of this stuff, and I started changing my orientation and strategy, the way I thought organization, with some of this volunteering and work experience I have, I finally landed my best role. And it was
beautiful.
So quick.
Do you want to talk about how many interviews did you go through before you landed your role?
Yeah, I think because getting interview itself, I would say I applied average in total application I applied before I could go my first role will be around about 500 applications.
Okay.
Yeah, will be over. I didn't keep track of it, but I know a lot.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah,
and stuff.
That's all. Yeah.
The landing interview is actually premium because
for
it has stages, right? So I have several phone call stages, which happens all the time. Sometimes I have 3 phone calls a day, and then most of the time you just don't go past that phone call. So the first phone call, and then getting past the second conversation, like we have like first contact interview, second
Hmm.
stage. I would say like maybe like I don't know, average of 10, I would say. And
That's awesome.
that's like a lot of, and that's over like a period of a year, right?
Oh yeah.
So getting to second stage itself takes a lot of time.
That's right. That's right. I did have this podcast recording actually. At the time of this, right now it's not out. But later on it's gonna be uploaded. I had this podcast episode with Samantha from the US, Atlanta, and well, her story is different. She was non-traditional. She came into the tech industry, transition like that, and she had over, I think, around 60 interviews.
Wow.
You know, that was interesting. So I just wanted to learn about that part. But of course, you've been in the tech industry for a while. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Tell me about how you landed
Yeah.
your role.
So I think, yeah, having 60 interviews, those are actually stages too. So does she have like 60 first stage? How many
Okay.
people move to the second stage? How many
Okay.
move to third stage? Because
Oh yeah.
interviews are like stages. Like
That's right.
interview
Oh, I see.
that's
I
what
see.
a lot of people have, and
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people get drop off, right?
Yeah.
So moving to second stage is like really premium. Like it's like, yeah, they're really now interested in you. And then
Yeah.
you then have third stage when you are meeting the team and maybe management. It's getting close to like we really like this guy. And the
Yeah.
first stage negotiation, and then
Of
so it depends from
course.
organization to organization. So when I landed my first role after all of this back and forth, I
Mhm.
will actually give an example of a very bad experience I have with an interviewer.
Okay.
Let me share the good news first.
All right.
So
Let's do this.
when I got my first role, it was practically um, one of these. Is it? I think is this Reads or one of this UK platform. They just created a spin-off plan of a platform to experiment what we call they're trying to experiment a new way for recruitment. So
Okay.
they created that platform as a pilot for a small period of time. So
Yeah.
in which organization can actually match with people who, they are trying to create like this platform is different from all the traditional, recruiting
Mhm.
platforms. So this
Yeah.
platform is going to connect you, looking at all of your skill set and everything you need to organization that match you the most. And they
Okay.
match organization the candidate that match them the most. And I was just so fortunate to be able to know about that platform, and I was sent. So I just onboarded on it and tried it out. And when I applied, it didn't take me like 2, 3 days. I've got like, I think, three companies interested in me.
Okay.
One actually just uh, said they would like to talk. And then I had a phone call. And the first phone call was just like an amazing one. I just spoke with the COO, and then he just invited me to the office for the
Oh
second
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So it moved so fast. And then when we got to the office, we had some chat, conversation, technology, and stuff like that. And they just offered me the job immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, just on the spot. Like I was just offered on the spot, and that was how I joined the organization. And
Amazing.
that experimental platform was just shut down 3 months after.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Why didn't they continue with it? It was.
yeah.
Didn't think it was gonna grow or something.
Oh,
Didn't think it was gonna grow.
I'm not sure why they discontinued it. I can't even remember
Oh yeah.
which of the organization who did it, but I know it was just like it wasn't noisy as
Mhm.
all of these
Oh yeah. Of course it.
other recruitment platforms
Yeah.
used. It was just so well organized, straight to the point. And then you could just connect. Organization can easily see your skills and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
put a lot of things on there. And it was really amazing the process. And that was how I got my first role in the UK, and
Awesome.
it was super amazing. And because I just felt like one of the things I think that worked at the time was I look at reflecting on everything I've done, taking me to the UK and what I'm really passionate about, and that is using technology for social good.
Yeah.
I love that a lot because I've consulted for NGO, I've built a social enterprise myself. So I was just like, what defined me as a software engineer? So do I just want to apply for every company that comes or every, that was what I've been doing all the while, right? Just applying for jobs
Yeah.
everywhere. So because you're just like desperate. But when
Hmm.
I rethink, like, what defined me as a software engineer? What kind of
Yeah.
organization I want to work for? What is
Yeah.
the cause I'm passionate about? And that was what I put into that application to that company because this company is called Prebisical. What they do is they use AI and artificial intelligence machine learning to predict where it's going to flood around the
Okay.
UK.
Yeah.
So we use like a lot of big data from IBM, weather data, river, water, gutter, so a lot of sensoring and things like that. So we put all of this data together, run it through a model, and then that model can predict, oh, it's going to flood in so place in Cardiff. It's going to
Okay.
flood in this and this. And so we deployed in the UK, US, and other country. When I joined them, I was building them their real-time dashboard and maps and stuff like that. So it was really amazing. So when I saw what they are doing, so I was able to connect it to my own personal vision and what I've done in the social enterprise ecosystem. And that actually resonates with the organization.
Yeah.
That was actually what got me into the job. And even after that, all of the organizations I've worked with after that have been organizations that are using technology to make change, to make impact.
Yeah.
And that was how I actually defined a kind of a path, vision for myself. And it's that same thing I've used for a lot of my mentors too. So when I tell them, like, what are you passionate about? Because a lot of us are just like, I want to work with Google. I want to work, like, why do you want to work with that organization? What do
Yeah.
you care about? So when you start thinking deeply about what you care about, you start to sieve out the noise
Yeah.
and it's easier for you to connect to that organization. And when you meet that organization, it's just like a match. It's just so easy. And that was why the interview that landed me the job was just so quick. Like it was just so quick. So I think I was going to talk about the bad one. So because when you're trying to work with an organization that doesn't fit with the vision you're going to
Yeah.
and it takes you a lot of, and a lot of them are, it's more of like a time waster. It's just like, I like in interviews, and landing a role to actually dating. You understand?
Yeah.
So if someone you're trying to meet on Tinder, if you guys don't have like equal goals, you guys are just going to like, you know, what I call it, waste each other's time.
That's right.
Like, if my goal is just like I'm not ready to settle, just want to play around, and the other person's goal is like they want to settle, but because I'm not communicating my goal correctly, and when we meet, we practically just like waste each other's time, and
That's
then you
right.
discover that this person is not really there. They just I just want to play
Yeah.
around. What do you
Yeah.
like? No, 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 but I want to settle down, and then
Yeah.
wasting my time all these years.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So, but when the goal is clearly communicated, I want to
Hmm.
settle down. So I
Yeah.
want to settle down. Too. Then we
Hmm.
connect and then we walk towards that goal. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to play around. I want to play around too. They both play around. That's because
Yeah.
it's fine. It's like the same thing with organizations also. Like if you are very certain of what you want as a person, so it's easier for you to see the organization that match that your goal because companies also that's why the stage one is basically your skills and how you fit into the organization.
Yeah.
Stage two, more of like, can you do this job? So the third stage is basically like, do you fit into the culture and what we are looking for as an organization?
That's
That's
right.
why you see sometimes you could go through stage one, stage two, and then you get to stage three, then you are drop off.
Yeah.
Because that's like total time wasted, and it takes a lot of effort to go through all of those stages. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work. Interviewing is so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. So I got this organization. We had the first phone call, which is really amazing. And then I think we got the second phone call to meet some of the teams, and then they invite me for physical interview.
Okay.
The hell of interview that I've ever got. Like, I think that defined the hell for me when I
Well,
first arrived to UK. Because when I got, it was in another city, so I have to, and because when you're new in a country, you don't want to get lost. I don't want to be late.
of course. Yeah.
For instance, so I left home super early, excited, like, let
Yeah.
me just, I don't want to be late. And then I got
Yeah.
to the company, it said, oh, sorry, I was too early. That there's no way I could stay anywhere in the company, like
All right.
that I have to stay outside or come back or something like that. Like I can stay
Yeah.
here, like stay. So I have to go out. It's windy, it's raining. I was basically outside, still around the mall, and it's
Okay.
really super cold. So I was outside for several hours before my time of the interview, and then they came and called me, and then I went in. When I went for the interview, we had like 5 hour sessions, conversations, from technical to this and that, and all those conversations and stuff like that. Do you know, after that several hours, I wasn't even offered a cup of tea that I could remember. So after those long hours of drilling, like I was about to get a job with CIA,
Yeah.
so I, I left. Do you know, I got no feedback from them. They just ghosted me like that.
That's
No feedback
interesting.
that month. I'm telling you.
What did you reach out to them
Yeah, it's, I
and you
think,
couldn't?
yeah,
You,
because there was a recruiter also. So the recruiter just said nothing. They're not moving on. Like, why? What? It wasn't just, and I couldn't. So
did you actually I don't know, like learn about other people as well? Because you weren't the only person there that day to learn about other people if they
yeah,
reached out to a few and
a few people. So yeah, I'm not sure really because
oh yeah.
there's no way I could have that information because
Oh.
I was just, yeah, to just like call for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure who they
Interesting.
are or what they, but it's just so difficult. And
I mean, courts to demand that you at least give someone a feedback. It's very important, you know.
yeah,
Well, go on.
yeah, feedbacks are very, very important because like a lot of recruiters, like for instance, for me, I will find it like valuable at the time. Like, is this something I'm missing? Is this something I really need? Because when you're new in the ecosystem, you're naive, you're scared, you're not sure what you're like, what is really wrong with me. So, and then you start like second guess yourself and stuff like that. And it's like the psychic I try to explain to my main team, especially people that are just trying to like break into tech, or either you're a junior or you're a new immigrant or stuff like that, or you're transitioning. Like, sometimes don't overthink it that the problem is you, because when you start thinking like, oh, maybe you're the problem, then it's very difficult for you to be able to have that mindset, because every interview you're going with the mindset like, I don't want to be wrong. But that's not exactly what interview is about. Interviewing is about being yourself. You have to be yourself with the organization. So
Mhm.
because organization is interviewing and getting the job is two-way thing. You're going to contribute to the organizations, and the organization needs to contribute to you to make you better also. So, it's just like this meme that go around on the internet about someone that wrote, I speak four languages
Mhm.
on their TV just to impress. And then one day the manager comes, oh, you said you speak Spanish. I come around and
Oh
I don't speak
yeah.
Spanish. I just wanted to make my CV look good. You understand?
Very funny.
Yeah, and that's what we have because of the paranoia. For young recruiter, or you're trying to get the job, you're like just trying to make yourself look too good to be real. And then you get the job, you're like, it's just so hard for you actually, because they don't know how to help you better because you've told them all of these amazing things. So, but it's a mistake we could make actually, especially, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a good CV, stuff like that. But I think the most important thing is that you just be true to yourself. The organizations for you are going to reach out to you. It could take time. So I've seen people who get a job and they got fired, like, you know, maybe 3 months or 2 months into the role and just let go because you don't fit on it. So it's just been a bad hire, both for you and also for the organization itself. You
Mm.
understand? So that's why that patience, is very important to be able to get that right organization. And do you know there are also people who have gotten jobs who actually doesn't have all the skills.
That's
So I
right.
was mentoring with Udacity. Udacity is an online
Oh yeah.
team platform in the US because
Okay.
when I was in the UK, also when I was applying for different jobs, I actually got a technical mentoring job with Udacity.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that also, yeah, but just that the job is in the US and it's more like a
Oh
part-time job,
yeah.
so it wasn't like covering all of my bills.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and also the program is based on the number of assigned students to me, and also even my pay is always tied to the progress of the student. And you
Oh
know
yeah.
how online learning can be. Like people get
Yeah.
excited to buy these calls, and then a
Yeah.
few weeks down the road, they just stop showing up.
Yeah. It's right.
So yeah, so like, I could have like five students, maybe just like be three of them that will be like responsive. So and you just have to try to push them and everything because they don't even realize my pay is totally dependent on their success
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it wasn't like really sustainable for me, but it was still a good money, good experience at the time. So that's why I said like, while you're waiting to get that job, do whatever you need to do, to keep it going. I volunteered. I got the US job, which is a part-time job. I also got the work experience job. I actually even also work in a factory.
Oh
Or
yeah. Awesome.
I worked in a factory for
What's that like?
Uh, yeah, it was really hard at
Okay.
the time. So because the first 6 months when I got to the UK, I thought the job hunting we come as quick as I thought, but it wasn't. And then started running out of money. You need to be able to take care of yourself and stuff like that. So I just have to get something at least. Imagine the kind of the brain drain.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping enough, and maybe I just have when I get back from work, I have like very early morning sleep, and then I have to wake up to start responding to emails, conversation with recruiters, trying
Yeah.
to interview anyone. And also, most of them will give you take home assignments just to check your skills. So you have to do those also.
Yeah.
So it was really a period of my life that was really, really stretched. When I wrote the article we saw on LinkedIn some times ago, like a lot of people were able to resonate with it. But I think the most important thing is that once you broke that barrier, things get better.
That's right.
And I think it's something that is worth talking about also, like being able to give your best to the organization. Like the first company I worked with, I spent like a year and 6 months there. I was just like contributing in every way I could, even though I was, you know, hired as a software engineer. The company was trying to rebuild their website at the time and the marketing website. And I know that I could spend a lot of money on that. I just told them like, I do this. I've done web development and they were using
Yeah.
WordPress. Like I could do this for you guys. So I just took like the templates that some of the agency design and I just build the WordPress website for them. And they're still using the website even up to now.
Yeah.
And I built saved them a lot of money, so many things. And they've been like anytime I called for reference or anything, they are always there, to be able to do it for me, because of that. So sometimes it's like go far and beyond
Yeah.
with the company you work for. And then yeah, and because the tracks is always the trails you leave behind. And even new organization won't put you on board if you are not a good time with your previous companies. They want to know
That's right.
what yeah.
So I mean, that's been absolutely wonderful. I love it. Such a beautiful journey. We do have a few minutes to go. Exactly 9 minutes 34 seconds. So when I ask you this, probably at the now we probably could have another session where we just go all technical and dive into technical questions and stuff like that. I think this one has really been about your journey, which is absolutely important because a lot of people from different parts of the world they're gonna watch this and they're gonna get so much information, insights and direction and stuff like that. So absolutely important. So yeah, Here's gonna be the last question for this episode. I do want you to advise someone out there, what it's gonna be your advice to begin as, or yeah, someone looking to get into the tech industry and someone looking to get a job, you know, generally, and also someone looking to get a job abroad, maybe the UK and stuff like that, or anywhere else. It's still gonna be the same principles. It's still gonna be the same strategies. We're still gonna have the same processes and stuff like that. You just go to apply them. So you've got a great, experience. So you're gonna be, the perfect person to actually, advise our audience today. So go for it.
Yeah, so I've had opportunities to mentor like lots of people because I mentor on ADP lists, adplist.org. It's like community mentoring platform, which is really great. I probably joined them like 2 years ago when the company was about to start, and the CEO, the co-founder, like, yeah, can I join the platform as a mentor, which is really great. And since then, I've mentored like tons of people across Europe, Africa, US, and stuff. I just love mentoring
Oh
people.
yeah.
Because uh, I felt like my journey to take took like so long, and I don't want every other people to, to go through that same thing. So
Oh yeah.
that's the reason why I'm always excited to share my journey with people that if I could do it, get something out of tech currently, I know a lot of other people can do it because probably like technology actually changed my life, saved me seriously, and it could save a lot of people too, especially like when you come from a background that you don't have so much, you're just trying to struggle to. And what I've discovered is that this is across the board. I've talked to people in the US, in Afghanistan, in Europe, Germany, in Kenya, in Africa, and young people all across the world. It's still the same fear. We are all looking for opportunities. People just like, people in this part of the world have it better. No, you're not there. You don't understand what they are going through. We all have the same fear. We are all looking for the same opportunity. And I've just seen that all of these things just apply to everyone the same. It's just like just the environment and our reality that is just different from each other. So what I would advise is that there is more opportunities in the world today than there's ever been. And there is not actually a better time to get a career into tech than today because there's just so many resources that will help you to succeed. And that was what I was lacking when I started my journey into tech in 2007, precisely. It was 17 years now that I started in tech properly. So, but then there wasn't like mentoring, there wasn't like tech meetups. Internet was a little bit crappy. It was difficult because computers wasn't as fast as it is today. There was in Zoom, there were Yahoo messengers and stuff like that, there were forums and stuff. But now the internet is amazing. We have AI, ChatGPT that could just like teach you anything. So I would just say that take advantage of the mountain of resources that is available to you. Uh, that would be my number one thing. And second thing is that you need to learn how to learn also, because these are the things that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of us, maybe from background and stuff, we like to be uh, handed over things. So, but I think the future is for people that are not waiting for handouts. The people that are able to take initiatives and start working on the resources that they have. And the best way to be able to do that is for you to be able to transform informations to actionable stuff. So, and how you could do that is learning how to learn. So, because if there's so many resources and people are not doing anything with it, so people could like attend conferences and then nothing changed. And you could see one person that attend one conference, and they tell you how that one conference changed their life forever. You understand? So those are people that take specific information and then transform it into something that becomes something. So how do you learn how to learn? Number one, you need to learn something first. You need to be curious. So, and when you learn something, you need to apply it. So you apply what you learn. And then when you apply what you learn, the next step is you need to teach someone that thing. So that is how you make impact in the world. That's what I am doing right now. I've learned a lot over the years. I've applied those things I've learned. And also now I'm giving back. I've written blogs, do videos. Maybe that was the reason that attracted to you to me, So, and that's how it works. So when people say, oh, I'm just getting started. What do I have to teach? Whatever you've learned now, you can teach that. So even if it's how to create an HTML table, even if it's how to create a small button, but people just feel like, maybe it's just too small. No, because like someone out there that is still below your level, that don't even know that information that you have. So that is how people are going to perceive you as someone that is very resourceful. You can take initiative because
Yeah.
that's what organizations are looking for right now.
Yeah.
Every other thing you think you could do, ChatGPT can do it. So people need people that are collaborative, they can communicate, they can work with other people. You can take initiative. So there is this quote that I would like to talk about that the CEO of Gumroad said. So he said, AI is taking away your typing hand. You understand? So our typing hand is going. So, but our brain is what is very, very important now. So we are in the universe for people who are taking initiatives,
Yeah.
who are learning, applying learning, and also teaching other people
Awesome.
that.
That's
So
right.
that's what I would advise for anyone that is starting out right now. If you can do that, getting any role, getting any job is going to come easy because you don't even have to get a job. You could create jobs too.
Absolutely.
You apply. That's how you solve problems.
Do you know what? We have definitely, I had another episode with somewhere else, and I was like, we're gonna come back and have another episode. So I'm saying the same thing to you. We should do this, have another episode together. You know, I'm just thinking about how long they're gonna watch it for and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be absolutely lovely. We're gonna have technical questions and go through them. So thank you so much for the advice. All right, so but this is gonna be episode one. You and I, a podcast together, and then there's gonna be another one. You've got a lot to share. I can see that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for agreeing to do this with me. Thank you for joining the Joshua Chris podcast and sharing your knowledge and insight with the people. I totally appreciate it. Do you have any final words?
Yeah, so for me, just go to great things.
Yeah.
There's so many resources in the world today in terms of wealth, resources, knowledge, information. So it's just for there for people who can take it and do something with it. Yeah. There's no excuse now.
Yeah, that's right. No excuse. Go do great things. Thank you for joining us today. To have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, man. Thank you so much.